Apple TV apps. Now, I'm gonna be honest, there's not tons of them that are really useful for your daily life, but I've actually found 5 that I actually keep using constantly that I love, that I wanted to share with you. And stay tuned till the end because the last one is probably my favorite. Let's get into it. Actually, let me know in the comments down below, what apps do you use on your Apple TV? Okay, let's get started. Let's get started with our first app called Landmarks. Now, if you use Apple Maps, you've probably admired the new features inside of Apple Maps because you've got a very detailed view of your city, of specific landmarks. And the creator of this app knows exactly that. And it's created an app to showcase the most beautiful landmarks, museums, stadiums in the entire world of Apple Maps, so you can beautifully admire the beautiful designs of them. Now hold on, it's a super simple app and very easy to understand. It's basically just maps, but it showcased like the specific landmarks. It's even ordered by city. So for example, Barcelona, the city that I was born in, I can actually go and I can actually view my city in beautiful Apple Maps. And the detail in some of them is so cool. And what's cool about it as well is that you can switch between light and dark mode. Light mode is awesome, but in terms of dark mode, if there are lights inside of that specific monument or landmark or stadium, the lights actually show up, so it's very beautiful to look at. Now, there's 2 ways that you can actually browse through the actual landmarks. One, within your actual remote, and you can actually zoom in and move around the city and move around the landmark. Or 2, which is my favorite, and the reason that I actually use this app, I don't just sit in my couch and be like, okay, I'm gonna go through monuments. I'm gonna go to the Statue of Liberty. I mean, I did it the first time and the second and the third, but after you use it for a year, you don't sit on your couch and actually do that. The real reason that I use this app is for the animations, because you can actually set this app as just kind of like a screensaver for your TV. So sometimes I just open landmarks and just leave it as a beautiful screensaver. I mean, you just gotta admire it in person to see how beautiful it is. Oh, and also keep in mind that this app is also available on the Mac, on the iPad, but most importantly on the iPhone. So if you wanna browse through different landmarks and stuff, well, it's also available on the iPhone. The second app that I love using on my iPhone, but most importantly on the Apple TV, is Kitchen Stories. Kitchen Stories is basically a recipe app, but it's not one that you might think. There are thousands and thousands of free food recipes, tips, and articles, but my favorite part about the app is that the actual recipes are in TikTok form, meaning that they're basically videos in short form that basically get onto the recipe. You don't need to watch a whole 30 to 20 minute video on a recipe and you need to skip through. You just want to get to the recipe and see kind of what it's like and then just do it on your own. And Kitchen Stories knows that. It's basically like 1 to 2 minute videos on the recipes, and it's basically like TikTok or Instagram Reel style. You can also filter for gluten-free or vegan or vegetarian or low carb recipes, or you can also search for lunch or dinner or breakfast recipes. There's also a search tab, so if you're kind of in the mood for something for dinner, you can just kind of search for it and a bunch of inspiration will pop up. And you can actually upload your own recipes, your own videos within the app and create like this community of kitchen stories. The Apple TV app is obviously really useful, but I totally recommend it as well on the iPad, so you can kind of cook and leave the recipe while you're cooking on the iPad. I mean, they're all great. Going to the top 3, my favorite Apple TV app has to go to Lumi. It's such a simple and beautifully aesthetic Apple TV app. It's so well designed and it basically only does one thing. It lets you know where the sun is at that exact moment, and it gives you information on when that perfect golden hour will hit. So it's super useful for tons of different people and different professions. For example, if you're a photographer or a videographer and you want that perfect lighting for your photos or your videos, you can go to Lumi and it will let you know that perfect golden hour. What I love about it the most though is the design of it. I mean, I already use it on my iPhone as a widget. I already use it on my watch within the complication. It's such a stunning app that it just makes it so enjoyable to use, even as a screensaver on your Apple TV. And I think that's what Lumi is trying you to do. I mean, they know that they've got such a beautiful app that they do specific things that you just want to put it as a screensaver. It's such a beautiful app. Top 4, Emoji Charades. It is a very fun multiplayer game. You basically have this QR code on your TV and then you grab your iPhone, scan the QR code, and you're basically inside of the session. It's a super fun game to play with your friends and family since they're all connected with their iPhone to the TV and it's super simple to connect. It will basically show you emoji and you have to try and guess what that character, what that word is with just using emoji. There's also tons of themes to choose from food, celebrities, countries, You get the drill. So stop being so antisocial and start playing emoji charades today. I mean, seriously, it's a lot of fun. And my top 5 is the app that I probably use the most on my Apple TV, obviously apart from all of my entertainment apps, Disney, Netflix, you get the drill, is Fireplace HD. It's basically an app that lets you play a very high-res 4K video of a fireplace. It lets you use it as a screensaver. It sets the mood so incredibly well for Christmas, for the winter. I mean, you can use it in the summer. No, it doesn't actually heat your home or your apartment, but it's just such a beautifully aesthetic, and there's actually noise as well. So if you've got really good sound, it just sets the mood for dinner, for a date. I mean, you use it however you want. Once again, let me know in the comments down below what's your favorite app on the Apple TV. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're an Apple fan, because I mean, this is the channel for you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.